What's up, guys? We're back. It's been a long while since I made a video. Just been absolutely slammed paint correcting, ceramic coating cars every second of my free time when I'm not at work or coaching baseball has been doing other people's cars. But we have made quite a bit of progress on my car. Next video you see on the channel, make sure you subscribe, will be of my car. Hopefully the motor going in it, fuel system going in it, and the fuel tech going on, so we can start sending it. But we have made a bunch of progress on this. Sorry I haven't got videos up of that, but there will be a video coming to my car next, be the next video up. So like I said, I've been ceramic coating a ton of cars, including this one, this awesome Cobra Jason owns. This thing is so sick that I asked him if when he comes picks it up today, if he wants to shoot a build breakdown of it, and he said yes. So really excited to shoot this car. It sounds so good. Definitely one of the best sounding tailpipe cars I've ever heard. Give Pete's car a run for the money for sure. Paint came out awesome on it. It makes sick horsepower. It's a stick shift car. So yeah, really excited to shoot this thing, get the whole rundown. I just kind of got the cliff notes when he dropped it off, but really cool piece. It makes great power for a street car. So yeah, this one should be really good. All right, guys, we're out here. It turned out to be a perfect day, and I got Jason's car done. It came out sick. It looks awesome, and we're out here at a little hidden spot to shoot this build breakdown and hopefully do a couple pulls with the car. He just put a clutch in it yesterday, so we're not gonna be able to really hoon it, but should be pretty cool. Ooh, listen to this thing. It sounds so sick. Sounds so good. It's insane. Truly insane.
It's finally happy. Grab my water one.
So this is Jason, his son. What's your name again?
Ryan.
Ryan. Jason and Ryan. And well, me and Jason actually, I think we just met for the first time here yesterday at his brother's GT500 and just had the chance to do this car, and it came out sick. So I bugged him, talked him into doing a build breakdown. So we're gonna run through this thing. What year is it?
95.
95
Yeah.
Cobra.
Yes.
And how long have you had it?
It's been in the family for a while. I've had it for 9 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was your brother's car before that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right on.
Yes.
And where did it come out of?
We got it in Iowa. Funny story. It was originally built by Brian Vanderhagen back in the late 90s.
Okay.
And I knew him back then. He was an engineer for Ford. I work at Ford. And, you know, he ended up selling the car years ago. It ended up in Iowa. We found it in Iowa, and it found its way back home.
Right
so,
on.
Yeah.
So yeah, from the outside, the car looks pretty stock. It's got some dark stars on it. And 17s in the front, 15s in the rear.
Yep.
Brand new brakes. I love the way this thing looks with the 15s in the back.
I dug it too.
Let's check out the interior, because I got to drive this thing like, I don't know, 12 feet into my garage yesterday, and it's pretty cool, man.
This is my 9th Mustang.
Jeez,
So I've
you're
had
worse than me.
everything. Yeah, I've had everything from Fox bodies. The only thing I haven't had yet is a 550. So, and my brother just got that 500, so I'll take his when
you need
yeah.
to. So what? It's got a wideband in it.
Yep.
What's this gauge up here?
That's the transmission temperature gauge.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
What trans is in it?
T56.
Okay, top loader T56.
Yep.
It's got a boost retard on it. That's MSD. What are the top two gauges? You know
Water
what that means.
temperature and oil pressure.
Okay.
So.
Got it.
Yep. But.
And what rear end's in it? Talk about the trans.
It's an 8.8.
Okay, 8.8.
373 gears, 31 spine axles, Auburn Pro. You know, just your typical stuff. Uppers and lowers. Hotchkiss right now, but we're changing it. Probably go to Team Z stuff.
Got it.
Over the winter, this coming winter.
And you just put a clutch in it yesterday.
Yeah.
Got a clutch in it
yesterday.
and got it ceramic coated yesterday.
Right. It's been a tough weekend.
So what clutch is in it?
We put the Ram Power Grip, but with the 9000 series plate in it. So it's supposed to be good to 650, which is right around where the car makes right now. So I'm sure next year it'll be something different. You know,
Sure.
we'll have to do a twin disc or something. But unfortunately, with all the COVID stuff now, everything's out of stock. So we had to
I'm finding that
kind of
out.
make do with what we could make do with.
Sure.
You know, and this is what was in stock.
So that's what's in it.
Yep.
I just from driving it up and down my driveway, that clutch feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's got the adjustable quadrant on it and stuff, so we set it all up, or the adjustable cable.
Sure.
You know, and tried to fine tune it as much as we could. I'm sure I'll have a little bit more into it, but
Right on.
yeah.
Well, let's pop the hood. Let's
All
get
right.
to the good stuff. There's some cool stuff going on under here. So give us the cliff notes.
Cliff notes. So it's a Ford Racing 392 Sportsman 2-bolt block. You know, it's got a 4130 rod in it. Still a cast crank with a forged piston. TFS twisted wedge heads that were ported. I believe they were originally done by Modern. It's got the original Cobra intake on it that was sent to Panhandle years ago, and they cut it in half and ported it.
Yeah,
so we could kind of keep the original look of it.
I've never seen that before. I mean, that might be a fairly common thing, but I've never seen that.
It was common back in the late 90s and
Okay.
very, very early 2000s, yes.
So that's the only way they can get in there to port it.
Correct,
They
unless
gotta
you
cut it in
wanted to
half.
extrude hone it, which was outrageously expensive
Crazy
at that
money.
point in time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool concept because it keeps it looking exactly
Right.
like it did.
I mean, unless you really knew what you were looking for, you know, obviously it's got a blower hanging off the side of it, but, you know.
yeah, it's not real sleeper with
Right.
this. So what blower is this?
That's just a V2S trim.
Okay.
We'll be moving blowers probably pretty soon, either going to a TI or a YSI,
Yep.
depending on, you know, what the car does this year. It's going back on the dyno on the 29th, so we'll see what it actually lays down.
What's it made so far?
644, 606.
Yeah, that's great for a street car, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and it's totally streetable. Like,
Yep.
it never goes above 170. Take it on the freeway, drive it to Baker's, all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
So.
This is oil fed, huh?
Yes.
It's not self-contained like the new ones?
Correct. That is
Okay.
all oil fed.
So
So,
it's got
that's
a
an older
drain.
one. It was changed. Got the original receipt for it back in 2005. It was changed from an A trim to an S trim at Vortec.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, you used to be able to go from an S trim to a T trim for like $600.
Sure.
But now everything's self-contained and it's all different. So we'll have to actually get a new blower for it,
Or leave it.
or leave it. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks so cool. It's like
know.
period correct.
Right.
I dig this thing, man. It's so cool. And this blower sounds sick.
Yeah, yeah. It's not, you know, I'm a little bit older school. I've been doing this stuff since the mid '90s, so I like louder stuff, I
Yeah.
guess, which
Yep.
everybody now is about the quieter stuff,
Sure.
and it's not quite loud enough for me. But
What fuel system's in here?
so it's a Weldon 2025 pump, and then it's all, I think, -8 or -10 up. Vortec fuel rails, 87-pound injectors, Weldon regulator over there,
Yep.
and that's about it.
And
still on the stock computer.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
And E85 right now? Or 93?
No, it's on E85.
E85.
It switched over in last October. It picked up roughly 75 horse by
Wow.
going from 93 to E85. Yeah.
Same pulley.
Same pulley, yeah. It makes
Just a little more
13
timing.
pounds of boost.
Wow.
Yep.
And cooler.
Yeah, and it's not intercooled too, so it's
Yeah, which is
you know,
is wild on these cars. None of these were. I mean, it's just such a big to-do to try to
Oh,
intercool
yeah,
these
you
things.
gotta
There's just no room.
do the volute, you know,
Yep.
and aim it down and then put the intercooler in. You're just, at that point, you're better off going turbo or buying a Procharger, you know, box kit, I guess, or something.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, I've had some experience with Vortec stuff. I had a 96 that ended up, and that's crazy because back in the day, talking 1997, when the 2-valve stuff first started, I used to race with Barry Shepard, Roxanne Shepard, Paul Sviznicki, Jerry Green. I had the first 2-valve to go into 12s
Crazy.
ever. Yeah.
That was flying, probably.
That was fast back then.
Yeah.
It went 12.99 with a 5 at 106, and we finally whittled that.
Stick
it was a
shift?
stick shift nitrous car.
Yeah.
Bone stock, just had a 100 shot on
Sure.
it. And it ended up going like 12.72 or something like that at 108. And then we went to blower and then changed everything else. Ed Olin, at that time, was a Ford engineer. He beat us into the 11s by a pass. He did it right in front of me, and then I did it behind him.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I've been around the block. I'm getting old now.
Is that the shift light hidden right there in the hood?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Well, that's the shift light and that's the low oil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I really dig that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What's the suspension setup on it? It's got Celine coilovers on it?
No, it's not even a coilover yet.
Oh,
It's
really?
It's got, obviously they were bought from Celine. It's the racecraft shocks, but they're Coney.
Right.
iBox springs all the way around, and then it's got adjustable Coneys on the back, and all 4 of those are adjustable.
Cool.
But yeah, that's about it.
The car sits pretty right, if you ask me.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it's where it should be.
It sits perfect. What else are we missing under here?
No
What's the
air.
exhaust setup? No air.
Yeah, it's 1 3/4 headers, I believe. You know what? I don't even remember what brand they were, but they were done by Progressive Coatings. Who, if you live in Michigan, everybody gets their stuff done at Progressive Coatings.
Yep.
And those were done years and years ago, and it's held up very well.
Yeah, they look great.
And then we just had to change the X pipe because the old X pipe finally rotted out.
Okay.
And Dr. Gas Spintech mufflers. Yeah.
This car sounds, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to throw the other mic on here when we're done shooting this so you guys can hear. This car sounds
And then
sick.
I believe the cam is an off-the-shelf Lunati grind,
Okay.
544, 560, something like that.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it sounds super mean. Cool.
Yeah, today it's happy, tomorrow it won't be.
Yeah, it's always something, isn't it?
Right.
Car looks awesome, man. I think we
Thank you.
should let's go drive it a little bit.
Let's do it.
All right. We are heading home. Man, that car is sick. I am in love with that thing. I get definitely have the privilege of coating and detailing and paint correcting some of the sweetest cars around for sure. I've done Ford GT this year, just all types of cool stuff. GT 500s, you know, ZR1s, and I tell you what, getting to do these older cars like that where the paint is real rough when I started. No fault of Jason's. It just you know, the car's 26 years old and it's probably hasn't been paint corrected a whole bunch in the last 20 years. So car came out good. The clear coat was a little thin, so couldn't go buck wild with it, but I think he's pretty happy with how it turned out. I know I am for where it started. So awesome that he was willing to stick around for an hour and go shoot that video with me. It came out cool. Car sounds awesome. Hopefully the wind wasn't too crazy, But like I said, guys, next video will be of my car. It's going over to D&D Performance next week. I'm gonna take a couple days off work, and we're gonna stab the motor in there and get the fuel system in it. And then Justin over at D&D is going to do the fuel tech for me. That's way over my head. I learned a long time ago, do what you do best and pay for the rest. And lucky to have Justin and Donnie in my corner for sure to help me with that project. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you do, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace!